Welcome to Red Class Philosophy Night. We wish you could be here with us tonight, but since COVID has hit, this is our reality for now, so we're going to make the best of it and have a virtual tour. The first thing your child does during the day is put down his or her cubby that lives in the hallway, and in their cubby they have their own individual mat, as well as the clothes they'll take up to the tent for the day if they're going to the tent, and water. The cubbies in the room are used for rain jackets, extra boots, extra clothes. A lot of the kids also have an extra cubby in there. Storage has been a real issue for us this year, trying to make sure we have all of the things that we need for the weather and still stay separate. The first area of the room, oh, here's our bathroom. Isn't it great? It's lovely. That's been a COVID adventure too, because as you can see, we have room for one child in the bathroom. Here's our other bathroom, which accommodates about 1 million books and one more child. So we had to do a lot of relearning as far as using the restroom, moving around each other, not being close to each other. Amazingly enough, the kids have done it with relative ease. So kudos to them. This is our practical life area. A lot of information went out this week about practical life. It seems like a very simple thing, but practical life is actually the basis for reading, math, and cultural. Everything that a child will build on during their Montessori career starts in the practical life area. Over here we still have the supplies to serve individual snacks, although right now we're doing part of our snack online on this line over here. In our cultural area, while we do the other part of snack on this line over here in our math area. Much like we do lunch, I cannot take you out onto the patio right now because the yellow class is on the patio and everybody is rotating around each other to keep from coming in contact with each other. After your child explores the practical life area, and actually while they still work in practical life, because we encourage that the entire time they're here, they're going to go to the sensorial area. And you should have seen a bunch of information about sensorial too. It's learning through the senses. These are some of the most fascinating materials that Montessori devised, and a lot of what you see are exactly the same things that she had in her classroom. They worked, we kept them. And from there we go to extensions. And extensions are essentially ways that the children can practice the skills that are presented by the very most basic materials. And they keep building on those skills. From sensorial, they oftentimes go to math. And again, we don't really dictate what area they go in, and they rotate around the room based on their choice and what they need to be learning at that particular time. Math looks a little scarce right now, partially because it's the beginning of a school year and we're starting and reinforcing new skills, but also because we have 2 areas right now that we're using for the classroom. So we're in the process of rebuilding. And you see a lot of this in language. A lot of the lessons that we already have are things that were made by teachers, and we're now making more so that we have a second set of everything in the tent. Again, so that we can keep your kids separate while they're all doing the same work. The cultural area has taken on a real interesting twist this year, because the cultural area is where we reach out into the world. And right now the world is a real interesting place. So lots of basic materials in here, a lot of teacher-made materials. Every day we're making sure that the kids who are in the classroom are presented with the same lessons as the kids in the tent. It's an interesting way to rotate things. We've made it work. They seem to be all getting what they need from it. Again, here's where we eat lunch. Kids are all separated out. We have another area over here where we eat. I don't know if you can see the raisins on the floor. Considered picking them up, but independence is a real big thing in the Montessori system. Kids clean up after themselves. They get things out, they work through them, and they clean them up. I was going to take you for a walk through the patio and out, but the yellow class is out there, and this is another thing that we deal with this year. Again, we have to rotate around everyone. So we're going to go ahead and walk down the hall. We'll go past our cubbies. And again, these are the cubbies that your kids will take when they go up to the tent in the morning, and again when they come back down, and then when they go up again in the afternoon for upper primary if they're not resting. This is our playground. This is one of our wonderful teachers who we love. Hello. The kids have used this area as well. Right outside of our classroom, this is where we put the smaller tent up when that wonderful hurricane came through, because that was so much fun. We decided that the kids needed to be closer to the actual physical building so that if we needed to get inside, we could do that quickly. I'm going to quietly take a tour of the tent while Madame Wooten is teaching French in it. She's mobile this year as well, and that's worked out really well.
Les chaussures de Cowan sont rouges. Les cheveux de Madame Pam est rouge. Voici.
Outside of our tent, you see the field. We're using that this year for lessons as well. On beautiful days like today, the kids can move their mats out here and sit down and work out here. And we're passing the yellow class tent on our way up to the gym. And those are pretty much going to be the spaces that your child uses throughout the day. And here's our gym. Half of our students are in the gym right now. You probably noticed that the other half are in French. So that's it. We hope you've enjoyed our virtual tour. We look forward to the day when we can welcome you all back and we can gather together and enjoy our kids together.